Don't lie. All of us who were watching that Sixers game against the Miami Heat last night thought that after the Sixers built up that really big lead in the third quarter into the fourth, we thought Philadelphia was going to blow it because Miami, a well-coached team, they always play tough. They were without Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero, but they certainly made the Sixers earn what was a very impressive effort from Philadelphia and basically what was a must-win game for the Sixers. Before we talk about all of that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do you want free, informative, entertaining Sixers content right here on 76ers Now? If that's the case, join the family. Hit that subscribe button so that you can get some year-round content right here on the Sixers. And our Miami Heat Report host, Nick Roloff, he goes by the name Rolly. He was live during a watch party last night in shambles with how the Heat lost that game. Type F Rolly in the comment section right now. So Philadelphia picking up a 98-91 win over the Heat. Heat went into that game at the Wells Fargo Center in South Philadelphia as the 7 seed. The Sixers the 8 seed. Philadelphia able to beat Miami for the first time in 3 tries. And in turn, the Sixers now not in the NBA play-in tournament if the season were to end. But still some work cut out for Philadelphia. And all things considered, Tyrese Maxey balled. Kyle Lowry, awesome down the stretch. I thought Kelly Oubre had a couple of really, really good moments. This was a huge victory without the likes of Joel Embiid, who is good to see him on the bench chopping it up with his teammates. Without Tobias Harris, Robert Covington, Anthony Melton. And I know that the Heat did not have Jimmy Butler, no Tyler Hero, but the Sixers desperately needed this one. They got the dub on Saturday over Charlotte to get the good vibes going, and then they got another victory against Miami here. And Tyrese Maxey needed to put on a show. He needed to play like a star. He played like a star. When the Sixers needed a bucket, he came through. He found twine. When the Sixers needed to pull away, he was able to accomplish that as well. A 30-burger for Maxey, 10 dimes, 8 rebounds as well. So nearly a triple-double for Philadelphia's son. 11 of 24 from the deck, 3 of 10 from three-point range. But I just love the fearlessness in which Tyrese Maxey has been playing with really all year, but especially without Joel Embiid in the lineup. He's mastered his role. Nick Nurse has probably told him, we need you to put the biscuit in the basket. That's what Maxey's been able to do. And going back to 2 of the other players that I threw out there a little while ago, Kelly Oubre Jr., Kyle Lowry. Oubre Jr., a couple of good offensive spots, a couple of really good defensive sequences as well, where his athleticism and explosiveness really helped this team out. Kyle Lowry, heady player, veteran leader, always willing to take a charge, making championship-level winning plays. And even a guy like Nick Batum, you look at the stat sheet, he didn't do much in that regard, but you just felt his impact on the floor. And for Oubre, 22 points, 11 rebounds, 5 blocks for KO, 10 of 19 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3, and as Tobias Harris has been banged up and injured and struggling. We've seen the emergence of Kelly Oubre Jr., who is such a hot and cold player, Chip, but gives this Sixers team something they haven't had in recent memory. That's a very athletic wing.
Yeah, I love what I've been seeing from Oubre, especially the past couple weeks. You know, the three-point shooting still hasn't been there. It really hasn't since Embiid went out, but he's aggressive. He's attacking, finding his spots, pulling up in the mid-range, and he's playing some defense, man, which I love to see from him. He's a guy, come playoff time, I thought he'd probably come off the bench once the playoffs start. Shoot, I might want to start him over Tobias Harris. He's more athletic. I feel like he can do more with the ball in his hands, better defender. It's just great to see from a guy that, again, was signed days before the season started.
Yeah, such a late play in free agency for the Sixers. He didn't really have a lot of suitors out there. He got off to that really good start. And then the car incident happened, in which we still don't know the details of that. But since he's come back, of course, he's always going to be known as a player who has good nights and some really frustrating nights. Sometimes he makes really bad decisions with the basketball, but the athleticism come playoff time allows him and allows this team to have some malleability, to use that word, on the defensive end because he can guard some other wings out there. And again, the Sixers just haven't had a player like that. And they also haven't had a good backup point guard who can impact the game on both ends. And that brings us to Kyle Lowry here. Great against his former team. Had that hustle play where he dove over the scores table, went into the first row, got up with a little bit of a smile. That's the Philly toughness that everybody loves. Not only has this been a good story to root for as Lowry has come back home where he was a high school star, went to Villanova, he has played good hoop for the Sixers team. And I think he still has gas left in the tank. And I was talking to Chip before the show. You look at him have and turn in the 16 point, 4 rebound, 2 steal, 6 of 12, 3 of 5 from 3 performance. I want him back in Philadelphia. And I'm willing to invest in a quality backup point guard who can give you very important minutes, which is what Lowry's been able to give you. Much better offensive player as compared to Patrick Beverley. Not quite the intense defensive player that Patrick Beverley is, but more low maintenance and gives you the championship ingredients that you want for a player who you're going to ask in the playoffs to give you anywhere between 10, 15, 20 plus minutes a night, and you don't have the restrictions on the offensive end that you had with Beverley, but you still have the defensive intangibles and the leadership qualities that Lowry's going to be able to bring you. And I thought he was amped up against Miami. You get that motivation going up against a team that didn't want you, that let go of you, and Lowry certainly balled out. Let's get the comment section going here. Who is the Sixers' biggest X factor moving forward? I think it's Oubre. I think it's Lowry. Buddy Hield had a couple of moments last night where I'm like, what are you doing? No. Okay, yes. Let me know. Drop me a name or names down below in the comment section. Coming up next here on the show, Eastern Conference landscape. Everything is so closely contested with where the Sixers are and who they're going to have to compete with for some playoff jockeying. Stay tuned for that. But first, make sure you sign up with Factor Meals. You get 50% off. When you go, use that link down below, factormeals.com/SixersChat50, and use the code SixersChat50. Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-craft, dietitian approved, and ready to eat in just a couple of minutes. You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every week, including multiple different options: Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, Veggie. Also, there are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. What are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals. You want 2-minute meals? Boom, Factor's got you. Pancakes, smoothies, and more, Factor's got you covered there as well. No prep, no mess meals. Factor's meals ready to heat up and enjoy. So there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed, and everything is so flexible for your schedule. Get as much or as little as you need by choosing your meals every week. You don't have to go to the grocery store. Do some meal prepping and the aforementioned cleaning up. Plus, you can pause or reschedule your deliveries anytime. 50% off factormeals.com/SixersChat50. Sixers basically got Kyle Lowry and Kelly Oubre Jr. 50% off. Get 50% off with your meals using that link down below. All right, let's take a gander at the Eastern Conference landscape. And when I say things are tight, I wasn't lying. The Sixers went from the 8th seed and in the play-in tournament going into that game against Miami last night to now the 6th seed, where they would play a beatable opponent in the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round in that 3-6 spot. That is the first round matchup that I want. You had Donovan Mitchell coming off a face injury. He's going to be reevaluated in a week. And I think if you have Joel Embiid back on the squad, you really match up well against a team like Cleveland. But if you fall into the play-in tournament, pressure gets ratcheted up. I don't love the matchup against Miami. Indiana Pacers could be a difficult team. And then that second round series might become a little bit easier too, so that you can avoid Boston in the second round. First round against the Cavs, absolutely ideal. I think the Sixers match up well defensively. They match up well offensively. Jarrett Allen, solid big. Is he going to be able to guard Joel Embiid? Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, good backcourt. But the Knicks beat them in the first round last year. Sixers can do the same in the first round this year. Talk about a winning streak. It's been a little while since we saw that, Chip. Sixers have a chance to win 3 straight games since January 19th to the 22nd when they beat Orlando, Charlotte, and San Antonio in 3 consecutive games. It's been a little while. By the way, it's March 19th right now, but it's not going to be easy for Philadelphia. Big West Coast trip is coming up here, and it's certainly going to be a gauntlet where you're going up against some really good teams, and of course you have to factor in travel on the agenda. 20th, that's Wednesday, you take on the Phoenix Suns. Footprint Center, downtown Phoenix. 22nd, Los Angeles Lakers. 24th, Los Angeles Clippers. 25th, back-to-back, Sacramento Kings. Sixers are a little bit banged up. They're, of course, thin without the likes of Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Anthony Melton. Goes without saying, Chip. Massive stretch for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sixers.
I think this might be the most important stretch of games that they have played all season.
Yeah.
We saw in the standings how close everything is, really from 4 all the way down through 9 with the Bulls winning some games here now. If you can win 3 of 4, or even all 4 of these games, you can create a little separation, make sure you don't fall into that play-in. But man, if you go on this West Coast trip, you lose 3 of 4, or you lose 4 in a row against 4 really good teams, you're in trouble. Because the Pacers, the Heat, they're going to continue to win some games. Yeah. You can't afford to go out west and lose 4 straight. You have some momentum winning a couple in a row now. You can build off of it, and could be coming back kind of soon. You can position yourself well, maybe even to sneak up to that 5 to that 4 seed.
As is the case for any professional sports league, when you have a cross-country road trip, whether it be playoffs, whether it be regular season, you're always trying to split there. Even if the Sixers just go 2-2 on that West Coast roadie, that's a big win because they can maintain their position in the Eastern Conference playoffs. Crystal ball time. Predict the Sixers record over their final 14 games. Some work cut out for Philadelphia here. According to John Clark, Joel Embiid could be back second week of April, best case scenario. As you venture down to the comment section, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you're still rocking with us, give me a real one down below. Thank you as always for choosing us to provide you with some Sixers coverage right here on YouTube. And we'll catch you next time. Peace.